everybody. Well, Mrs. Heisey here. Today I am going to show you guys how to make the button. One thing that you need is the box of supplies that will be located in the classroom. Inside of here, or on the front of it, it has the directions, step by step on how you need to do it. Okay, so if you forget what you're supposed to do and you don't have your own directions, you can just look right on here. It's stapled right on the front. First thing it says, we need to create a logo. Create a logo of something that you like. You may draw it on a piece of paper or create it on the computer or bring in a picture. So if you want to bring in a picture from home or if you want to create it on the computer, that's fine. But when you do it on the computer, you must do that at home, print it out on your own. I'm not going to give any class time to be able to print out colored pictures or anything like that. If you want to create a logo of by yourself, inside of here I have different colored paper, and all you have to do is grab whatever color that you want out, and you're going to have to grab one of the shell pieces. This is just a plain silver round piece, and you want to draw a circle around that piece, and this tells you what you need to stay inside of. So an example, if you wanted to write something inside of this circle, you could do that. If you want to draw a picture, you can do that. But it needs to stay inside this circle. If it's outside of the circle, it's not going to show up on the button, okay? So once you have that done, once you've created your logo, you want to get it approved by the instructor. All school appropriate things. I don't allow, anything that's not school appropriate. So you must have it approved by the instructor first. Once it's been approved, then you can go on down to step number 2. It says lay out all of your materials. We need the pin machine, which is right here. Just take that, set it out. Then it says we need our pin back. Inside, on the opposite side of the box, we have all the materials in a little bag. So the pin back, that's the one that, the back of it that actually has the pin on it, where you'll be able to put it on your shirt. So I have that. It says we need our front shell, which is the clear little piece. Then we will need, or not the clear little piece, the silver little piece. Then we will have the clear piece, which you will get this from the instructor. This is not located inside of the box. It's a little clear shell, and I find that students tend to take too many of them, so I hand this out, okay? Then you'll also need your logo. Now, if you created your own logo, you're gonna have to cut it out. Now, you don't wanna cut it out on the line you created. You actually wanna take the clear disc, place it over the top of it, trace around the clear disc, because those are going to have your edges fold into the pin itself. So you would just simply trace around the clear disc, all right, and then get a pair of scissors, which there's some in the box, and you would just cut to the inside of that line you just created. So you would just take it and cut going all the way around. Now, does your cutting have to be perfect? No. Your edges are going to get tucked underneath the pin, so it's okay if you have a little bit of a jagged edge. It's not, it's not a big deal. Once you have all your pieces, the next it tells you gently move the operation lever to step number 1. On or inside of the pin machine, there's 2 sides. There's step 1, and if I push it over, it's step 2. So I'm going to go ahead to step 1 so I can see the pieces. Just make sure it's all cleaned out. And then it says we need to place our pieces in order on the die. This is our die. That's what's going to crimp all of our pieces together. The first thing that we need to do is the front shell, and we want the rounded edges up. So you're going to take our front shell and you're going to place it on here. Now, how do I know if I have it in there right? If I move my finger, it stays inside of there. If it jiggles around, that means you probably have it upside down. Make sure the rounded edges are pointing down. All right, next it says our artwork. So I'm just going to take my artwork and I'm going to place it on here. Now, if your edges don't fit inside of this circle, then you'll have to get the scissors and recut them a little bit. You want the edges to fit inside of here, none of them like folding up or folding down. The next part, it says the plastic disc. So we're going to take our little clear disc and I'm going to set it on top of here, smoothing everything out. All right, now you're going to have this facing towards you. I have it facing towards the camera. And when you do this, you want to be able to see everything right in front of you. Otherwise, it's going to be crooked. All right, so I have it like this. Then it says smooth out your artwork and slide it over to step 2. So I'm going to slide it to step 2. And now on step 2, I want to take my pin back and I'm going to set it in here. Now there's a little squiggly line on your pin back. That part should be facing up. The part where you would actually pin it onto your shirt or your jacket or wherever you're going to put it, that should be facing down. You also want to check to make sure that your edges on here, none of them are crimped over or folded in or bent, because then your button's not going to stay together. So I take this and I place it down. All right. After I have that, I want to pull the lever until I hear a click. It's a very, very light click, but if it's really quiet, you'll be able to hear it. So we have a nice little click. Make sure you push down with some pressure. Then we're going to move the operation to step 2. I'm going to move this over to step 2. And on step 2, I want to pull the arm down, and I'm going to apply some pressure because this is where it's going to clamp everything together. So take it, push it down nice and tight, okay? And then we bring it out. And if you did it properly, your piece should all be together, just like that. Your button, everything's tucked in on your edges. And once you're done with it, then you can take that and you can turn it in for a final grade. Any questions, refer back to the step-by-step directions, ask a friend, or ask the teacher.